I know what you're thinking. Who on earth would start a YouTube channel now when most people just want to go outside and enjoy everything they couldn't do while staying at home and binging on YouTube videos? Well, here is one crazy female Homo sapiens specimen who is doing the exact opposite, but is making her dream come true. There is no better time than now to create our own definition of happiness and success, and to share it with each other in a creative and hopefully eye-opening and uplifting way. Hi everyone, my name is Antonia and I'm creating this channel to share my experiences and observations on mental and physical health, and to help you find those things that make you truly happy while addressing and overcoming certain challenges on the way there. I will also be documenting my YouTube journey because creating a YouTube channel has been a learning curve for me, and what I've learned might be helpful to someone. So, where do I get my video ideas from? I work with people, and part of this work involves life and leadership coaching. And I notice some patterns that tend to worry people, especially now that we're exiting a sequence of lockdowns and quarantines. I haven't been able to find YouTube videos on these topics, so I thought it might be worthwhile addressing them as a start. My next video will be the first one of the mini-series on these topics. In addition to this, I also get my video ideas from my own experiences and observations. I'll give you an example. I was 15 years old and I was visiting my grandparents in a village close to my home city for a couple of days. I had taken 2 books with me to read. One of them was Robert Kiyosaki's book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I would read that book about active income and passive income, and then I would go help my grandma set the table for lunch, and we would have a wonderful lunch. Then I would enjoy some time out with friends, come back, play with my German Shepherd called Ron, scratch him behind the ears, rub his tummy. Then I would read the other book at sunset in the orchard. I will tell you, I was perfectly happy in that moment. And there was nothing that Robert Kiyosaki's knowledge could have given me to make me even happier. So naturally, I did not remember anything from that book, and nothing stuck with me for a while. That is despite the fact that my grandparents' house was at the time nearly 100 years old, renovated and refurbished, of course. My grandparents were of age where we couldn't go on trips or adventures out in the nature like my older cousin had done together with them years ago. And the workers in my granddad's very small furniture production facility next to the house was sometimes using a language that was not quite for the ears of a teenager who absorbs information like a sponge. Yet I was still happy. Not even Robert Kiyosaki could make me want a yacht or a penthouse that I didn't have. And I did not even notice how certain people were planting the seeds of potential future discontent in me. It was only a few years later that I allowed for these seeds to start growing because I succumbed to the temptation to be affected by external circumstances and by other people or companies telling me that without their approval or their product or service, my life is incomplete and I shouldn't be happy. No matter what undergraduate or master's degrees and professional certificates I would go on and earn, life had a school of its own, and I was going through many of its lessons one after the other in all aspects of life. So even though I'm starting my YouTube channel in 2021, which might sound late to some people, in terms of my content, I'm not starting from scratch, I'm starting from experience. I must admit that I can't say the same thing about my technical skills though. In fact, technically I'm just like DD.
Ooh, what does this button do?
But the good news is I love learning about all of this. How to create a new YouTube channel, how to create a thumbnail, what equipment to use, how to edit a video, what software to use.
Community guidelines, copyrights and fair use, freedom of speech as per section 230, setting up an LLC and international trademark, YouTube's new tax laws and regulations,
Before starting this YouTube channel, I did not realize how much work, time and effort goes into every stage of the process. So I would like to say a huge thank you to all YouTubers who spend hours, if not days, working on this to keep us entertained and well informed, only for us to skip the adverts on their videos. Seriously, I will not be skipping any adverts anymore at all. Another thing that I have stopped doing is scrolling down to the video's description and getting the information that I need without actually watching the videos. I know other viewers do it too. And then I open the website recommended in this video description and I think, what should I do now? The video explains it all. So by doing this, I lose out on a massive valuable information and the YouTuber loses out on actual views. It's a lose-lose situation, which is why I now watch videos from start to finish without skipping any adverts, because all YouTubers deserve this. And I would stay away from using the term small YouTubers as long as you're on YouTube doing what you love and bringing value to people. You are already worthy of praise. Many others want to do it but haven't even started. The same goes for viewers of my content. As long as you put one foot in front of the other, you deserve to be in the spotlight. If you want to reach out and grab it, of course, some people just don't like being in the spotlight. But you deserve it, not only when you're at the top, but from the foot of the mountain all the way to the summit. This is why I chose a channel banner with a mountain and a ray of sunlight shining on it. It's a motionless image that I found on canva.com. So when I learned how to incorporate a visual effect for the ray of light to move from the bottom to the top of the mountain, and if I still want to change it, I will let you know. In the description below, I have included links to canva.com and to all my equipment that is making my life much easier and my videos hopefully much better. Probably now is the right time to manage some expectations as well. I have watched more videos that advise YouTubers to niche down and be consistent when posting than videos that support diversity of content and freedom of posting. For the time being, I stand for the latter because I'm a creative person and I don't want niching down and having a rigid schedule of posting to get in the way of creativity and versatility. They might not always be mutually exclusive, but when it happens, I would choose versatility and freedom. I have watched other YouTubers sharing their regret that they seem to have created a rather monochrome image of how they are perceived by viewers because they have been criticized for not being all that hyper anymore or deviating from their usual content or even dressing differently. Let's be honest, both you and I have been in situations where we had to pull ourselves together at a meeting and still do that presentation, regardless what has happened to us before that. Or we had to keep our composure in response to a rude client, customer, or even a higher level employee. Or some of us had to come up with some respectful and funny response to the eternal question: so, when are we going to have grandchildren? I will not be adding YouTube to this list of must-dos, and this will keep my content natural, relatable, and hopefully helpful. My channel will grow and mature together with me because change is good. And when somebody asks me, "Ooh, you want to be an influencer?" I would say, my viewers will decide if my content and energy bring them value and help them change their lives for the better. They will be taking full credit for their own success. Just like beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, my influence is in the eyes of my viewers. If you are getting value now, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I post a new video. Check out my other videos and let me know down in the comments if you would like to hear more on this topic or any other topics, because I care about what's important to you.